H.W. Bush's service dog vital role to rehabilitating veterans. With his gentle devotion to former President George H.W. Bush, the one at just 8 weeks old, the pup was chosen by Miller, his partner, Patricia Summers, and their community service group, Friends of America's Vet Dogs, for a very important job and gave him a name with special meaning. When Sully was named for the man who exhibited heroism in military and civilian life when he U.S. Airways Flight 1549 on the Hudson River. America's Vet Dogs, the Long Island-based charity that provides service dogs to veterans, depends on donations from ordinary people. Miller's group of 20 men and women like Sharon Reinier, a nurse for 27 years who treated 9/11 victims. Soon after, After 10 years in the United States Army, Reinier decided it was time to hang up her uniform and try to return to civilian life. That was not as easier said than done. Vet dogs cost That dog is Eddie. The 4-year-old Eddie has opened up the world to her again, getting Sharon out of the house and into social situations, something she never thought she would be able to do. As for Sully, he now works at the same hospital where a service dog showed Reinier there might be a way out of her PTSD. Sully and the other dogs also help military beneficiaries like 11-year-old Camden McAlpine, who was diagnosed with a rare immunity disease.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park, pot.